Hello, everyone. I'm starting. Welcome to today's live stream. If it's your first time, my name is Robin Shaw, and I'm teaching live once or twice a week these days. I tell you, it is very hot here in Korea. I have the air conditioning on tonight. I hope it's not too loud. Why don't you guys tell me? Is the air conditioning too loud? And I'm just going to check the chat room to see which students are here on time for English class. And Magna was here and Layla's here. They're ready for English. Carrie's here. Hello, Carrie. Toan Pham from Vietnam. Welcome. Tika's here. Lolly Lolly. Bonjour. Sorry about my pronunciation. Andre's here. All right, guys. Thank you for coming. It's the middle of summer here in Korea, so I've been a little bit lazy. But hopefully in the next few days, I'm back in WhatsApp, and I'm back talking to you guys one-on-one. And let's see, we have Sando Rosa Sando. Hi from Latvia. Wow. I'm very happy because I now have a student from Latvia. Grace is here. Hello, Grace. How's your summer vacation? Fenny. All right. Well, anyway, I have my live stream now. If you guys have any English questions, start asking. I'll try to help you out with the English questions. That's why I'm here. When I'm not here, I hope you guys are still studying English. And Carrie says, I can hear your air conditioning sound, but it's not annoying at all. Yeah, it's pretty hot. Right now, it's evening now in Korea, 10:30 p.m., and it's about 30 degrees Celsius. So that's pretty hot for Korea evening. The daytime, I think it got up to like 36, 37 degrees. Yeah, I have my air conditioning on. It's just too hot in Korea. I do these live streams with lights. So if I don't have the air conditioning, maybe I would get very, very sweaty. You don't want to see sweaty Robin. Andre says, I have noticed cloven hoof prints in the snow, not on, because on the surface. Interesting. I have noticed footprints in the snow, on the snow. Probably in the snow. I never thought about that. Footprints are on the snow. I'm going to check that. My instinct says in the snow. Let's see what other people are saying. Yeah, I think it's going to be in the snow. Footprints in the snow. Because I think, yeah, as you said, Andre, it's not on the surface because the footprint goes in the snow. Layla, you said you would do homework tomorrow. Did I use would in the sentence, or I have to use will instead of would? You said you would. You could use both of those depending on your meaning. You could use both of those. Don't worry about that, Layla. That's native speakers not really going to care about the will, would, in this case, difference. Tika, yeah. Ooh, it's cool. 24 degrees. I'm okay right now, Grace. I have the air conditioning on, so I'm not too hot. Maybe as the live stream keeps going, I might turn off a light. Syed Hussein, hi Robin sir, hello. And Grace asks English question, and every English question is important, and I like to get questions I've never seen before. And Grace, this is a question I've never seen before. Grace is asking, what is the difference between notify and inform? And right away, I want to say no difference. But I can't think of every situation, so I'm just going to do a quick check. Because there's probably a slight technical difference. It's just saying notify is a little bit more formal. They mean the same thing. Just if you notify someone, it's a little bit formal than inform. So good question. For the most part, they mean the same thing. So I wouldn't worry about the difference. But yes, notify might be used more in formal situations. And Layla says, Robin, we don't feel uncomfortable without air conditioning. We don't feel uncomfortable. You're using a double negative. You're using don't, which is negative. Oh, you deleted it. And you used uncomfortable, which is negative. Try to rewrite that sentence with only one negative, not two negative. The WhatsApp group. I don't know the WhatsApp group. I have to. I'm going to make a new WhatsApp group in the next few days. Oh wait, what's going on? Carrie seems to be removing. Carrie's removing some messages, and I don't understand why. Yeah. Oh, Carrie says, sorry, Layla, I hide your message mistake. Carrie, what are you doing? So, Layla, sorry, Carrie removed some of your messages. I can't see them. Just ask them again, Layla. Sorry about that. Anyway, for the WhatsApp, by asking me again Wednesday, I'm going to make a new WhatsApp group, and I'll share the link, the new group, by Wednesday. Nui nui. Win win. Hello. Hi, Robin. Tuan. Hi, Master. Hello. Tuan Pham, what do you think the method of listening and writing at the same time? Master? I hope I'm not Master. I'm Robin. Listening and writing at the same time? Yeah, if you can do that, keep doing that. If you enjoy practicing English that way, great. If you could listen and write some sort of dictation, that's great. Everything helps with English. Grace, how do you feel when people take your help for granted? Again, Grace, my help is free, but I do try to help people who deserve to be helped. I'm very generous when people want my help and need my help, but they have to deserve it. And deserving it means they don't take it for granted. And I talk to a lot of people every day who think I must help them write their essay or talk to them on Skype for an hour. They think it's my duty in life to help them. I will gladly help you with your essay and talk to you in video Skype, but that student really has to show me that we're not wasting our time, that the time I'm giving them is going to be used to help their English, help their life. Lolly lolly. We had to cancel the concert because of the rain. And we had to cancel the concert due to the rain. Which sentence is correct? Both of them are correct. Lolly lolly. Of course, due to would be a little more formal. Due to would make your English sound better. But I think both of them are okay. Tika. Add me, sir, but don't kick me out from another group. I'm gonna rethink about my WhatsApp groups, what's happening in them, and then try to get some program to help my students. So wait till Wednesday. I'll figure that out. And Fanny, I have no right to jealous. Well, you can't say I have no right to. You want to say be jealous. You want to put that B there. I have no right to be jealous, and I'm not entitled to be jealous. Do these sentences have the same meaning? Well, they're a little bit strange sentences. I don't know what kind of situation you would say that sentence. Anyway, I have no right to be jealous. That is correct. You could say that. But your second one, I'm not entitled to be jealous. That sounds very strange, awkward. I wouldn't use that one. Do they have the same meaning? They could. But don't use that second one. Did you see that somewhere? And Tone, I think listening and writing, I answered you. All right. And I want to say, Robin, we don't want you to feel uncomfortable without air conditioner. We don't want you to feel uncomfortable without the air conditioner. Yes, it's correct. Jatoth. Jatoth, sir, what does it mean by take it for granted? Take it granted. She didn't say take it for granted, did she? Take it for granted. So, Grace, Jatoth, if another student uses the expression, you should ask that student to explain the expression. So, Grace, Jatoth is asking, what does it mean to take for granted? Jatoth, please describe elder, older, younger, according to age. Jatoth, why don't you bring in some example sentences using elder, older, and younger? Try to make some sentences, bring them in, and I'll go through those sentences with you to help you out, help you understand them. Grace, even in my age, even in my age, my acting isn't seen as an adult. I also feel I'm not an adult yet. How would we phrase this? Even in my age, at my age, I think, even at my age. That's what we want to say. Even at my age, my acting doesn't seem, use isn't, I'm not sure. My acting doesn't seem, you put seem like an adult would be better. As an adult is okay, but personally I would use like an adult. I also feel I am not an adult yet. That's correct. So even at my age, my acting doesn't... Oh, here. I'm going to write it out. I have a better idea. Even at my age, comma, good, my acting... Instead of seen, I'm just going to change that. Isn't like an adult. Isn't. I'm going to keep the isn't, but I'm going to use like an adult. Joyanne, hi Robin. What? My WhatsApp was not working. Good evening, Tika. Good evening, Joyanne. Let's not worry about WhatsApp today, guys. Worry about that Wednesday. Wednesday is WhatsApp day. Tika, what's the difference between she's envious of my siblings, she's jealous of my siblings? Remember, envy envy is a two-person problem. Is that on the board? Jealousy is a three-person problem. So it can be in some situation it can be the same same meaning. So envy, when you want something but you don't have it and someone else has it. So my friend has a new car. I don't have a new car. I envy my friend. So jealousy is a three-person problem. So when I'm in a relationship and another person, like I have a wife or a girlfriend, and another man is coming, talking to my girlfriend, talking to my wife, I will feel jealous, the jealousy. So in your sentence here, what's the difference between she's envious of my siblings, she's jealous of my siblings? I think the bigger question is why? What is making them envious? What is making them jealous? Because both sentences are possible. I would recommend, probably without other information, I would use envious, because your siblings have something good and she wants it. Andre, Robin, I think there are two types of phrasal verbs. What are the two types? Let's read. The first one I can understand the meaning by translating words, come in, and the second one I can't understand the meaning by translating words, come up with. Yes? What do you think about as a native speaker? How do you feel about second type verb plus preposition without sense, or just for me? Well, first of all, when dealing with phrasal verbs, it's not as simple as verb plus preposition, not all the time, usually. And I think it's technically not a preposition. It's called something else. For phrasal verbs, your dictionary, like you're talking about the basic meaning of come in, come inside. Yeah, the dictionary will usually translate directly to the basic form, come in. But of course, come in can mean many meanings. I don't want to break it down as I don't want to add rules to phrasal verbs, because a lot of them are going to break the rules. And this is one reason it's very difficult to study phrasal verbs, because there's no strict rules. Even you put up come up with, that's 3 words. You got come up, 2 prepositions, with. Andre, all I can tell you is I think you are trying to find an easy way to learn phrasal verbs by trying to find the rules of phrasal verbs. Yes, in a way, there can be two types of phrasal verbs. One is the basic form, and one is other ones we don't understand. But to everyone here, phrasal verbs is very advanced English. Of course, we need to learn it, but from my perspective, I don't want to look at phrasal verbs from the grammar perspective. I just want you guys to read. And to master the thousands of phrasal verbs, you have to read. So, Andre, really, if you're into phrasal verbs, start reading. I promise you, the more you read, the more you'll understand and master phrasal verbs. Grace, you're a teacher. Come on, you can teach. Take something for granted. Layla, you seem to enjoy. I saw the sentence in a book, but I don't know why did they use it in the sentence. I think the sentence is correct without to. He seemed to. We want to use, there's a lot of verbs that go well with to. I went to, he seemed to, I need to. So a lot of verbs are family with to. And seem is one of those verbs. So he seemed to enjoy. That would be correct. Not all verbs, but some verbs. Oh, that's a little noisy. All right. Grace, what is the difference between as and like? Oh, that's complicated. There's no easy answer to that one. Well, maybe another teacher has an easy answer. As here's one little trick. As can mean the way. So if I had I'm going to write a sentence. I bake cookies as my mother does. So we know as is a good sentence. It works well here because we can put, instead of as, we can put the way. I make cookies the way my mother does. So we can fit as there, so it works well. But you could also use like there, so it's not a big deal. I think as is more strict than like, but they basically mean the same thing. I would have to look at many sentences, Grace, to give you the better feeling of when to use as, or the better feeling to when to use like. I do not have a lot of sentences right now, and I can't think of a lot of sentences, but if you could give me some sentences, I'll help you out. Ton, what do you think the method of listening and writing at the same time? And can you give me and anyone here the details of this method? Well, I don't teach that method of listening and writing at the same time. That doesn't mean it's a bad method. Ton, if you enjoy doing that method, yeah, it's great for you. I don't know. Like, I would have questions like, what are you listening to and what level? And you can listen and write exactly the same time, or is it like dictation? There's a little bit of delay. I would say it's great for your listening and your writing. So do it. I think everyone here should have a little bit of experience listening and writing at the same time. And what you could do is find a short video clip on YouTube. And what you can do is listen to that clip and try to transcribe it or write it down. It might not be at the same time. You need to play a little bit, stop, write it down, go back, listen again. That can be helpful for your listening and your writing. So I don't really do that too much with my students, but if it's something you like to do, it will help you, Tone. It will help you. All right. Oh, I'm getting a little bit behind, so I'm going to speed up here. So I'm sorry. Layla, I have little money. I have a little money. I have usually little and a little bit of. You would say, I have a little bit of money. So I have little money. I have a little bit of money. I don't think we would say I have a little money. It might be possible, but I would say I have a little bit of. So little is the same as a little bit of. Same thing. Which is better, you're going to ask. Which one's better? Well, I think they're the same. I have little money. I have a little bit of money. I envy you. I am jealous of you. No, it's not the same, Grace. Again, we need to know. You cannot ask about envy or jealous unless you tell me the situation. What is the situation? That's very important to understanding envy or jealous. Is it two people? He has a new jacket or a new job, and your job is great. I envy you. Or they're married, and that's his new secretary. So she's jealous. So it doesn't mean the same thing. It can in a specific situation, but for the most part, they're a little bit different. Isa, where is Teacher Esther beaten? Teacher Esther is, she got a new job, so she will be away for a little while. She'll be back in the future. Fanny, what does it mean entitled? I translated the meaning is give someone a legal right, or just claim to receive or do something. Example, employees are normally entitled to severance pay. That is entitled. They have a legal right to severance pay. So if you think you deserve something, you can feel entitled. Carrie, when can I watch your new Shaw English video? Tuesday is the next video release. Grace, I think your real appearance is better than seeing through on a monitor. I think your real appearance is better than seeing you on a monitor. I'd cut out the through. Just seeing you on a monitor. Hello, Billy. He tried to connect with his sister. I'm still in contact with my friends. What is the main difference between connect and contact? Well, he tried to connect. I think the way you wrote here is a good way. We try to connect. You could say he tried to contact with his sister. It would mean the same thing. I can't think of every situation, Layla. I'm going quickly through multiple situations of connect and contact. What is the main difference? Well, contact is a better word, but I would say contact is the formal way you want to write that, contact, but connect, very often used by native speakers. And from my point of view, I'm going to say there's no difference between I connected with my sister last week. I contacted my sister last week. They mean the same thing, but I would just use contact. It's a little bit clear, but certainly you're going to hear native speakers use connect a lot. Let me check that. If there's some... Yeah. Yeah, I would go with contact. Again, connect could be used to mean contact, but contact is safe. Connect can be confusing. Hope that helps you. Andre, I just noticed about phrasal verbs. The main thing I want to ask you is, do you understand by words all phrasal verbs or different ones are like idioms? All phrasal verbs must be understood by the context. The situation that they are used is very important, Andre. So I understand every phrasal verb. Of course, there might be some new... people can make new phrasal verbs like slang. I think it's closer to slang than idioms, because idioms, usually people don't make new idioms. All the idioms, for the most part, are already invented. I didn't hear all the idioms, but slang is something that's changing. So I would compare phrasal verbs. There might be some new phrasal verbs that I haven't heard yet, but all the main ones I understand. I know thousands of them, and I can recognize them very quickly if I see them in the situation. And how do I know all these? Because I read many books and I watched many TV shows, and I learned them. Over my lifetime. Probably it took about 10 years, 20 years of studying English to learn the thousand, and not just learn them, but master them, right? I can use phrasal verbs in the right... I can use the right phrasal verb for the right situation. So, Andre, this is going to... Phrasal verbs is not easy. I'm not joking here. This is something... If you really want to master phrasal verbs, and usually I tell my students you don't need to master phrasal verbs. Yeah, there's some main ones you should know, but a lot of them you don't really need to know. Reading and listening, all right? Get the input in, exposure to more phrasal verbs. You will learn them. You cannot... I repeat, you cannot learn phrasal verbs from lists of phrasal verbs, from a book about phrasal verbs. You're wasting your time. You got to get real, authentic books and listening to learn phrasal verbs. Hope that helps you, Andre. Fenny, envy and envious. You're talking about a verb and a noun. I envy you, verb. I am envious of you, sorry. I'm losing my mind. All right, you're not noun, adjective. I'm losing my mind. I envy you. Verb. I am envious of you. noun, no, adjective. And let's get the noun form. I have a lot of envy. I think that could be the noun form. Let me check the noun form of envy. All right, there you go, Fanny. Tika, when we use literally in a sentence, I want to make the sentence, but I don't know is it correct or not. I'm not sure how to make it. Well, bring it in here. Use a sentence with literally. Literally means like it's come to mean, there's some argument on the meaning even with native speakers, but literally has come to mean like certainly, exactly, something like that. So Tika, just bring in some sentences and I'll help you out. Grace, to take something granted. When they get help from the other, they don't think to thank you. They just think I deserve it I just deserve to get it. Of course, is it a good definition? It's a good definition. So take for granted, when you don't properly appreciate someone or something. You don't properly appreciate it. You take it for granted. You think you deserve it, but actually you should be saying thank you. Isa, I've been away for. Esther has got a new job, so she's just taking a break while she starts a new job. Master, don't call me Master. My name's Robin. If I use your videos, I practice listening and writing at the same time. Example in this video we are watching here. Thank you. Tone, yeah, I would recommend me. I would recommend that my videos are good for listening and writing because I don't speak fast. If you can write out what I'm saying, just don't. My live streams are an hour. Don't do that for 1 hour. But if you took like a 3 to 5 minute part of my live stream and just tried to write out what I said, it would be great because you would hear how I use prepositions. You would see my grammar mistakes. Yeah, that could be helpful. Or Esther's video too. If you could find one of Esther's videos, she would also be great for listening and writing because she doesn't speak so fast either. Layla lives in the basement all by himself. Well, Layla, you are a girl, so you would say Layla lives in the basement all by herself. Does it mean the person lives alone? Yep, they live alone. Too long, it's not talking about time. Lives by himself, lives by herself just means they live alone. Doesn't mean a long time. If Robin wins the lottery, what would I say? I'm jealous of Robin or envy Robin. Great, Grace. Now I'm going to ask you, is this situation 2 people or 3 people? Is it 2 people or 3 people? You tell me which one you should use. Tone, I can understand whole of what you're talking about now. You shouldn't say whole, you have to say whole. Great. I'm glad you can understand. Hello, Magna. Welcome. Magna, could you please tell me the main difference between fast, quick, and quickly? You have adjectives and adverbs to show speed. They mean the same thing. They're used in different ways in a sentence, but they mean the same thing. Fast and quick, quickly. Adjectives and adverbs to show speed. Something is going quickly quickly or fast. We don't say fastly. There is no a bed to sleep in. There is no a bed to sleep on. Okay, well, you have an article there. I think both sentences are correct, except you want to take out the article a. There is no bed to There's no bed to sleep. There's no bed to sleep in. There's no bed to sleep on. I think both are possible. He literally forgot about his luggage. Is it correct or not? It is a correct sentence, but we got to make sure you understand the meaning, Tika. So he literally, you're using literally to emphasize he totally 100% forgot. It's really strong emphasis. Layla, when I speak English with the foreigners in my country, I feel some people around me, they laugh at me. What do you think, or what should I do? Well, Layla, don't care. Don't care. Don't care. People that laugh at you, they speak English less than you. So, they envy they envy your level of English because you have confidence to talk to foreigners. They don't in English, and they are jealous that you can talk to a foreigner and they can't talk to a foreigner. So they have a little bit of jealousy there, also. Grace, I envy Robin because he won the lottery. He will leave Korean with his wife soon. Not real. I'm jealous of them. Yeah. You're jealous of my wife because I'm not taking you. Well, your sentence is correct. Grace, when are you going to shave again? Don't you feel hot? When am I going to shave? Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, maybe next month. I really haven't decided yet. Andre, Robin, could you name the Canadian-American person who you listened to recently and it was difficult for you to understand, even he or she was speaking English? So, Andre, yeah, interesting question, because I live in Korea, and the foreigners I meet in Korea come from around the world. Every week, I talk to Americans, in English, I talk to other Canadians from different parts of Canada. I talk to British people, South African, Australian, New Zealand. Almost every week, I talk to a lot of people, and is it difficult for me to understand them? The problem is not English. So when we're talking about English, I understand English. They're a native speaker. I'm a native speaker. We communicate very well. Perfectly. But there is something that is a problem about the English, which, how can I just say this? So I should go back. It's not always perfect in the case of new slang. So I'm 44 years old, and sometimes I talk to early 20s Americans, Canadians, and they're English. They're using a lot new slang, and sometimes I don't know what they're talking about with their new slang. So I got to ask them, hey, what does that mean? And on the other end, sometimes I use some expression and they're like, ooh, what does that mean? And because it's too old, nobody uses it anymore. So there is an age gap. There's an age English gap that can be a problem. But 99.9% of the time we're perfect. No problem. Andre, I don't have a wife. She's just talking. Layla, English is your future, Layla. There's going to be a lot of people who want to block you. They want to stop you speaking English. They want to tell you, Layla, you're wasting your time speaking English. But from my 20 years experience, I have seen only positive from people learning English. It has gave them more opportunities for jobs, traveling. English also helps them to open their mind to the world. You have access to more information, more entertainment if you speak English. There is, from my point of view, there is no negative point to learning English. All right? If other people are laughing, if I was there, I would walk up to them and I would scold them. I'm not afraid to scold people in public, and I would shame them for not being able to speak English. Layla, they might laugh at you, but you should be the one laughing at them and their ignorance. Tone, can you show me and other people here how to use dictionary English? I'm sure that not many people here know how to use it. Good point, Tone. Tone or Twan? Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. You came today. Twan Pham, this is called a shout out. A shout out means when we focus on one student. And I'm very happy, Twan Pham. This is I think the first time I'm seeing you. You're here. You're asking questions. You're trying to participate. Good for you. So Twan Pham is showing me he's a new student, but not only is he a new student, but he's a student that seems to be sincere about studying English and deserves my help. Now, there's a lot of students that come in here just quickly, try to ask questions, and I don't really want to help unknown students. I want to help, but I want to help people that really deserve it. So, Tuan Pham, I know who you are now. I've seen you. Good for you. You are using this live stream correctly. So, I'm very happy. So, anyway, let's talk about your topic, how to use the English dictionary. A lot of students don't know how to use English dictionary because it takes practice, all right? Learning to use a dictionary requires some skill. For any skill, like speaking English, we have to practice that skill. And a lot of people just rely on their language translating to English. That doesn't work well. That's not going to help you to be fluent. That's going to help you in a quick situation, but on the road to fluency, you have to use that English dictionary so you start thinking in English, you understand how to explain in English. So, Tuan, you start with there's two kinds of dictionaries. There's the normal dictionary, but there's also a learner's dictionary. So, my advice to all of you is to start with the learner's dictionary. And let's just get here we go. I'm going to put a link to there's a link to the Oxford Learner's Dictionary. So what is the difference between a learner's dictionary and a regular dictionary? Well, the learner's dictionary tries emphasis more on how to say a word, what kind of grammar it is. It tries to really help at a basic level. All right, so you might go to the Oxford Learner's Dictionary, type in a word, and I don't understand. It takes practice, guys. You gotta invest in learning how to use the dictionary, learning the IPA right away, searching if the word is a noun, verb, adjective. That's critical. If it's a noun, what's the example sentence? If it's a verb, what's the example sentence? All right. Don't just look at the definition. Try to get everything to know about this word. Layla, when someone can't take a bath by himself or herself, and he needs another person to do that for him, how to say that in English? Exactly how you said that, Layla. He can't take a bath by himself. He needs another person to help him or her. So there's no English word to describe that situation. You have to, like you did, you gave a good sentence, Layla, to describe the situation. So, for example, my uncle can't take a bath by himself. I have to help him. That's the only way to say that sort of situation. Chatath. Sir, according to you, which is the best method to learn English? I always recommend reading. Reading is the only way to be fluent. If you're not in an English-speaking country, okay? If you are not in an English-speaking country right now, you need more input. Things coming in. English coming in. And there's two ways English is coming in. You're reading it or you're listening to it. So, but I would argue, listening is important, but fluency, reading. Reading will help you learn grammar naturally, and reading will help you learn vocabulary naturally, and reading will help you learn advanced idioms, slang, phrasal verbs. You're going to get all that from reading and listening. So, Jatath, from today, you need more input. Start reading more, start listening more, and then this will help you to become fluent. This will help you to understand English. Speaking and writing are important, of course, but you don't need to speak to be fluent. So what is fluency? Fluency is in the brain, understanding English. Speaking is just helping you to communicate, but fluency is an understanding of English, a comprehension of English. Andre, what do you think that we're acquiring all of our English and we would speak by mix? I recommend all accents, all slang, everything. Expose yourself to everything, Andre. I would recommend that. That's going to help with your listening, and if you can talk to not just to native speakers. Most people who speak English in the world are non-native speakers. All right, English is a world language. There's native speakers, there's non-native speakers. Both groups you have to listen to. Layla, Layla, when I meet you one day, we will have a conversation in English. I hope you're ready. I like Merriam-Webster. Great. Andre, that's a great dictionary. Keep using it. Again, be careful, guys. You want to use famous, popular dictionaries. Do not use Bob's Dictionary. Use Oxford, Cambridge, Merriam-Webster. Use these dictionaries. These are professionals. Ooh, Layla, she has been sleeping around. All right, that's an interesting. This is a euphemism. Actually, I should do a whole video on euphemism because this is great. This is great to understand. Thinking about English, euphemism. So in English, there are dirty words we do not want to say. We do not want to say sex. We do not want to say toilet. So we use safe expressions. I need to go to the restroom. All right. So this could be a euphemism for I need to go to the toilet. All right. But toilet's a dirty word. So we say a nice clean sentence. Another common euphemism. That's word euphemism. He passed away. Very common euphemism. Because we don't want to be direct. We don't want to say die. He died. That's a little bit rude. He died. He passed away. So euphemisms. Ways to say direct, dirty words, things we don't really want to say. So, sex. Let's talk about sex. She has been sleeping around. This is a euphemism. Sleeping around. Yeah, so that would mean she's having a lot of sex with many men. So, sleeping around. Grace, do you sometimes find out mistakes when you're talking with an English native speaker? Yes, I find out a lot of mistakes talking with English native speakers. Their mistakes and my mistakes. Andre, when I'm listening to you, I remember that you're speaking slowly for us. Well, not all the time. Sometimes I'm speaking very fast. Sometimes I'm speaking very slowly. Layla, I'm ready to do conversation with you, Robin, at any time. Yeah, Layla, I want to do some Skype conversations. The problem is, it's too hot right now. It's too hot to be in this studio, so I'm delaying the Skype conversations maybe a week or two until the weather cools down. It's a little bit too hot. Oh, Hyung-woo is spying on us. Welcome, Hyung-woo. Robin always liked to speak in euphemisms. I think all native speakers speak in euphemisms. And Vietnamese name that is too long for me to say. Kong Tai Tin Tum Vi Noi Tat Tu Nguyen. Your voice is clear. I can hear and understand that you're talking about. Thank you, Teacher Robin. Thank you for listening. And Arabic guy, hello. Can't read Arabic. Jatath. Sir, I want to speak English with foreigners. How could I connect with them? They must be of English-speaking countries like UK and USA. Jatath, there are apps like the Meetup app. I'm going to put it here. Meetup app or Toastmasters. The Meetup app is an app that will help you find foreigner. It's not a dating app. It's a club activity app that'll help you find foreigners in your area. And Toastmasters. If you can find that speech club in your area, then you can meet foreigners. Andre, is it true the F word can be used in some collocations in everyday life as non-rude word? Yeah, well, it's not formal. It's very casual. You only use that with your friends and family, maybe. But something like "what the is common and not going to offend anyone. I don't want to say it here because YouTube doesn't like bad words. But Andre, your friend, what WTF is very common for everyday life, and it's not rude. What kind of mistake does a native speaker make oftenly? Is oftenly a word? Oftenly? There's no oftenly, sorry. Often. What kind of mistake does a native speaker make often? Well, I talked about this one in another video. Well, the most often mistake would be pronunciation of words. There's a lot of words that are, you know, I read a lot, but sometimes I don't have practice pronouncing some words. So when I try to pronounce some words, sometimes I say the wrong pronunciation. Other native speakers do that too. Some very rare words or uncommon words, they say the wrong pronunciation. So that's the most common mistake. All native speakers are not masters in pronunciation of a lot of words. The other mistake that's very common. So we might say there's many people here when we should say there are many people here, but I think most native speakers might say this: there's many people here. Layla, just give up and stop causing trouble. He travels every year. Has trouble the same pronunciation as trouble. No, trouble, travel. Trouble, travel. Andre, any sexual meaning of I was doing you? Yes. Grace, I downloaded Meetup app, but I haven't went out yet. I'm too shy to meet new people. Yeah, Grace, I'm not a forgiving teacher. I have no room for shy students. And I'm telling you, Grace, you're starting to make me angry with your shyness. I'm sick of it, Grace. Grace, life is too short. Stop being shy. Also, Carrie. When I was younger, I was a very shy person. Very shy. I was very shy until maybe age 30. But after age 30, I kind of had to overcome that. And life is better when you're not shy. And Grace, or any student, when I go to my college and I see new students and they're shy, they're never gonna reach their potential. All right, shyness is a roadblock preventing you from reaching success. Grace, it's time to stop being shy. Why are you shy? Go out in the world. The world is for you to take. What does Hyungwoo say? Grace, I live in America and I probably would have caught more than 50 mistakes that Americans make. They usually don't follow grammatical rules in speaking. Yeah. Hyungwoo, are you shy? No, Hyungwoo is never shy. Yeah, Grace, Hyungwoo is not shy. Well, Hyungwoo, sometimes he should be shy, but he's not shy. He's too outgoing. So, and because Hyungwoo is outgoing, and to meet a lot of people, that helped him to develop his English. That helped him to meet me. Tuan, thank you for more questions. You recommend everyone read daily, use a Vietnamese. I'm not going to blame anyone for using like a Vietnamese English dictionary. As a teacher, I always have to point to the best way. I don't point to the quickest way. I point to the best way. So Vietnamese English dictionary is the quickest way. I understand that. I know the benefits of that. But as a teacher, I got to point English dictionary is the best way. Oh, she don't want to. Yeah, that would be a common mistake too, Hyungwoo. She don't want to go. Well, just the word ain't. Yeah, the WhatsApp group, we'll talk about that Wednesday. All right, I'm getting a little tired, guys. I'll finish up this live stream in about 1 or 2 minutes. I'm just going to get through the list, and then please, no more questions. And then we'll continue the live stream on Wednesday. I'll do a house tour soon, Layla. Oh, good point. Evaluation, eval, preparation, prep. All right, I think I'm at the end here. All right, if I missed... Oh, Andre's shy? No, Andre, don't be shy. I'm talking to only shy students. When will my writing homework feedback be provided? I'll do that right now, Hyungu. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. I'll finish up now. See you Wednesday. I'll clear up all the WhatsApp and Skype stuff on Wednesday. So study English until then. Reading, writing, listening, and speaking if you can. All right. And anyway, see you guys. I'll do my homework for Hyungwoo right now. Hyungwoo, you're never bothering me. All right. Bye, guys.